Hi everyone, in today's video, we are going to see about common phrasal verbs used in daily life for speaking.
Here's a list of 60 phrasal verbs that used in daily life. Act out. Act out means to express feelings through actions. For example, it is embarrassing that the non-human performers in this film outact the human stars. Add up. Add up means to calculate the total. For example, when you add up the expenses, it becomes clear we overspent. Ask out. Ask out means to invite someone to go out on a date. For example, when he finally asked her out, she readily accepted, and very soon they were dating on a regular basis. Back out. Back out means to withdraw from a commitment. For example, the buyer backed out of the deal the day before they were due to sign the contract. Back up. Back up means to support or make a copy of data. For example, the party is going to be outdoors, so we'll need to organize somewhere as a backup in case it rains. Blow up. Blow up means to explode or become very angry. For example, Guy Fawkes was executed for treason after he took part in a plot to blow up the British Parliament building. Breakdown. Breakdown means to stop functioning or to collapse emotionally. An example might be: some of the campers had broken down fences and lit fires that caused a lot of damage. Break up. Break up means to end a relationship. For example, we're breaking up our trip by stopping for a few days in Singapore. Bring up. Bring up refers to mentioning a topic in conversation. For instance, she decided to bring up her vacation plans during the meeting. Call off. Call off refers to cancel something that was planned. For example, the union threatened a strike but called it off at the last minute. Catch up. Catch up means to reach someone who is ahead or to update someone on news. For example, let's grab coffee and catch up on what's been happening. Carry on. Carry on meaning to continue doing something. For example, despite the difficulties, she decided to carry on with her studies. Check out. Check out refers to examine or look at something. For example, you should check out that new restaurant in town. Chip in. Chip in means to contribute to a common fund or effort. For example, everyone chipped in to buy a gift. Come across. Come across means to find unexpectedly. For example, the place is so remote that you can walk for hours without coming across a single person. Come down with. Come down with to become ill. For example, the Joshies have all come down with the flu, so none of them will be able to attend your wedding. Come up with. Come up with means to think of or produce an idea. For example, the family struggled to come up with the funds for the funeral. Count on. Count on efforts to rely on someone. For example, there's never a taxi when you want one, that's the one thing you can count on. Do over. Do over means to repeat something. For example, they said they'd do me over if I refused to drive the getaway car. Drop by. Drop by means to visit informally. For example, you wouldn't drop by your cousin's house and settle in for a week. Drop out. Drop out means to leave a school or program before completion. For example, she decided to drop out of college to pursue her career. End up. End up means to eventually arrive at a place or condition. For example, the movie we wanted to see was sold out, so we ended up seeing a different one. Figure out. Figure out refers to understand or solve something. For example, it took them ages to figure out how to assemble the chest of drawers. Fill out. Fill out refers to complete a form. For example, every applicant for this position must fill out all of the paperwork before the interview. Get along. Get along refers to have a friendly relationship. For example, your blend of good humor and common sense ensures two families will get along well. Get away. Get away refers to escape. For example, we've decided to go hiking in the mountains to get away from it all. Get over. Get over refers to recover from something. For example, the world of work is changing, and the changes are not over yet. Give up. Give up means to stop doing something often because it's too difficult or frustrating. An example can be, he used to try to get me to dress smartly, but he's long since given up on me. Go ahead. Go ahead means to proceed. An example can be, I'm not sure about the legalities, but I suggest we go ahead with the plan and see what happens. Go on. Go on means to continue. For example, even after I apologized, he went on being angry for another month. Go out. Go out means to leave home to go on a social outing. For example, Tony forgot to take an umbrella when he went out. I hope it doesn't rain. Grow up. Grow up means to mature. An example can be, I aspire to become a doctor because I want to help people and make a difference in their lives. Hand in. Hand in means to submit something. For example, all 80 opposition members of parliament have handed in their resignation. Hang out. Hang out means to spend time together casually. For example, haven't you got anything better to do than hang out at the shopping center? Hit it off. Hit it off means to get along well. For example, we had similar ideas about the show, and the two of us hit it off right away. Hold on. Hold on means to wait. For example, his right arm was extended up beside his head, still holding on to a coffee cup. Keep up. Keep up means to maintain a pace. For example, they pioneered the product, but now they have to keep up with the competition as regards innovation and price. Let down. Let down means to disappoint someone. For example, when I was sent to prison, I really felt I had let my parents down. Look after. Look after refers to taking care of someone or something. An example sentence could be, one person looks after the store's brand image and another looks after the advertising. Look for. Look for means to search for something. For example, the police have warned shopkeepers to look out for forged notes. Look forward to. Look forward to expresses excitement about a future event. For example, they had looked forward to that holiday for months. Make up. Make up means to invent a story or reconcile. For example, he asked the man behind the counter to make up a box with a selection of chocolates. Pass out. Pass out means to lose consciousness. For example, they totally dominated the game, outpassing a team well known for their passing game. Payback. Payback means to return money owed. For example, the government planned to negotiate with the mercenaries in accepting less than what was due to them in back pay. Pick up. Pick up means to collect or to learn something new. An example can be, it is traditional around here to drink brandy with coffee as a morning pick-me-up. Put off. Put off meaning to delay or postpone something. An example can be, they decided to put the wedding off until his brother had returned from Brazil. Put up with. Put up with means to tolerate. For example, I can put up with the house being messy, but I hate it if it's not clean. Run into. Run into means to encounter someone unexpectedly. You might say, I had to brake suddenly, and the car behind ran into me. Set up. Set up means to establish something or arrange for something to occur. For example, a committee has been set up to organize social events for the students. Show up. Show up refers to appear or arrive. For example, he didn't show up for the appointment. Shut down. Shut down refers to close something permanently. For instance, shutting down a computer involves closing all open applications. Take after. Take after means to resemble someone in appearance or character. For example, she takes after her mother in both looks and personality. Talk about. Talk about refers to discuss. For example, they're always talking about selling the house and moving away. Take off. Take off has a couple of meanings, including to remove something or for an aircraft to leave the ground. For example, please take off your shoes before entering the house, or the plane will take off in 10 minutes. Think over. Think over means to consider something carefully. For example, I said she could come and live with us, and she said she'd think it over. Turn down. Turn down refers to refusing or rejecting something, such as an offer. You might say, she turned down the job offer because it did not meet her salary expectations. Use up. Use up refers to consume completely. For example, we've used up all the printer paper in the office. Wake up. Wake up refers to cease sleeping and become alert. An example can be, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. every day. Watch out. Watch out means to be careful or alert. For example, watch out. He shouted, but it was too late. She had knocked the whole tray of drinks onto the floor. Work out. Work out means to exercise or to find a solution to a problem. For example, they need to work out the details of the contract. Wrap up. Wrap up means to finish something. For example, let's wrap up the discussion and move on to the next topic. Write down. Write down means to record something in writing. For example, she wrote down the phone number for future reference. Zone out. Zone out means to lose concentration or become inattentive. For example, When the men start talking about football, I just zone out.
Learning a new language can be challenging, but one of the best ways to improve is by practicing. Common phrasal verbs used in English vocabulary, words for speaking in daily life. In this lesson, we'll explore 100 common phrasal verbs related to daily routines that can help you sound more natural when speaking English. Let's get started.